When you are trying to get good at a video game, it's hard to see success during your failure. It is hard to process a loss instead of just being angry at it. And I know this more than anyone. I struggle with my temper, with being tilted, and because I'm analytical to a fault, I really do try to find the flaws in the video games I play, or even in the situations I'm in real life, and not really the flaws with how I'm handling them. Due to the nature of this channel, when I'm losing at a video game, I don't think, okay, how could I get better? I think, okay, what could this video game do better? Or how could the video game have treated me in a way that wouldn't have frustrated me? So I look at it as the product's fault, or, and this is what's really scary to me, in my real life, I'll look at a real life issue as something that, God, I just wish it didn't happen, instead of something that I need to deal with. So my mindset went from being analytical about electronic toys, like video games, to being a detriment to my real life. So I'm here to tell you, yes, everything has holes in it. You're not clever for finding out that something has flaws or is broken. You're not clever for knowing that that weapon is overpowered or that character should be nerfed or whatever it might be. Life is unfair, video games are imperfect, and you yourself are the only thing you can really change. So your decisions hold a lot more weight than maybe you give them credit for. And yeah, I know about bad luck. I know about days where you try your best, you're trying to, stay upbeat, and you're trying to be the best you, and it just doesn't pan out. Your computer crashes, and your game is lagging, and your friends are busy, and your family member died, or your pet is sick, and mortgages are expensive, and rent is terrible. Yeah, bad luck and terrible things, sometimes they're out of your control, and they're perfectly fine to vent about. And a big part of my channel is venting about the things that I don't like in certain situations. But when it comes to video games, because I'm 22, I think, I really don't need to tell you guys about life. But when it comes to video games, and maybe you can take this into your real life, I don't know, I'm trying to do it with mine, I'll let you know how that goes in a couple of years. But basically, if you're having trouble getting good at something and seeing success and moving forward, just know that that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to see the success. You're supposed to suffer until the day you realize you're not suffering anymore. It is the human condition, it is the human mission you're born with to carry your own cross. So when you're playing Call of Duty of all goddamn things, and you're struggling, stick to one weapon. Just do this for me. Stick to one weapon and play 4 games. If things don't get better in those 4 games, but you still want to keep playing, but you're not having a lot of fun, you wish you could be having fun, switch up your weapon, switch up your playstyle. And you might think, well, I only have my one playstyle, I don't want to slow down, or I don't want to speed up, I don't want to do things I don't normally do. Well, okay, there's your problem. You have an expectation for yourself, and when the situation doesn't work, you blame the situation. Not everything meshes with your playstyle, not everything meshes with how you want to play it. But if you want to play the game in general, then you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to adjust and adapt and mostly persevere. When I was so bad in Call of Duty, I couldn't get 5 kill streaks without really struggling for them. I could not ever picture myself going on Relentlesses on live stream. And Relentlesses aren't nukes, but they're pretty cool for me. And when I was first starting out my YouTube channel, I never thought that I'd at least have 50 people minimum watching me play Call of Duty, and I've had 1,000 people in my live stream. You guys have blessed me and given me $500 live streams. I'm just sitting there being mediocre at Call of Duty and playing with my friends. You guys have truly blessed me, but I could never have pictured anybody wanting to even toss me $1 when I first started. When I first started, I was scared to talk into this microphone, but I stuck with it. And the reason I'm thinking about this is that when I was struggling to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, gameplay not found because I've never recorded it, but my friend Kyle had it, and he would bring Smash Ultimate and his Switch over to my house, and we would play. And of course he'd be much better than me. He had 250 plus hours in the game, and I had, never really owned it. I've only played Smash games at my friends' houses and Smash for 3DS, so my skills didn't super transfer. And when he would come over, I would obviously lose, but what I decided to do was make it harder for him to win. So what I would do is I would play one character over and over again until I at least figured out their moveset, which is common sense. But during those matches, I couldn't picture myself doing well, but then occasionally he'd slip up and I would win. And that rush of dopamine is so great when you haven't won in a while, you know, and you finally win, you finally find something that meshes. But the problem is you don't get a massive dopamine spike from improving at something, because it's gradual, it's over time. Because you don't go from getting 5 kill streaks to 10 kill streaks to 50. No, it's like you go from 5 to 6, and you have several matches where you can't get more than 4, and then you start to realize that more of your matches start to have 5 kill streaks happening in them, but it doesn't feel fantastic. It's not a rush of dopamine. It's not until you are far past your 5 kill streak, you start getting consistent mercilesses throughout your play session, you know, getting 10 kill streaks over and over again. It's not until you do that consistently that you feel a sense of confidence, and then you can take a moment, reflect on how bad you used to be, and that is a good feeling. But it never really happens all at once. You know, you never get that burst of dopamine from simply improving. You have to visualize it after the fact, after you sort of suffered and became good, you know, and then got better, you know? So either way, if you're struggling in your play session in Call of Duty, if you're struggling with anything, stick to it. And the big thing in Modern Warfare, or any video game, like the gameplay you're seeing here is Modern Warfare. I've been covering a shit ton of Modern Warfare despite being an FPS channel. I've just been a Call of Duty Modern Warfare channel because I really do enjoy this game, despite all of its flaws. You know, if you're having trouble, just change up your playstyle for the match that you're in. If your enemies are aggressive, maybe slow down. If the enemies are passive, learn how to flank. You know, adjust your class accordingly. But the one thing I will tell you to do is pick one weapon with a single set of attachments that feel good to you, and just keep using it. If you fail 3 matches in a row, you have 2 more you have to try out. And what this does is it builds a bit of muscle memory. It helps you remember the inputs you need to make, because every gun has a different recoil pattern, a different time to kill. Every gun has different bullet velocity, or some guns have different bullet velocity. And so you sort of have to get that feel. Once you have that feel down, you'll start using that weapon outside of its effective ranges. Up close or at a distance, you'll just be confident with it. You'll know how long it takes to come out of sprint with your current setup and start shooting. You'll get an idea of the gun's accuracy, when to hip fire, aim down sight, what the recoil is going to be, if you should mount or not. You'll get that down. Those really annoying quickscopers you've seen in Call of Duty for years, all they did was fail over and over again and work on their muscle memory. And yeah, your muscles don't really have memory, but it's just a term that you use to describe the feeling of comfort with an action. But your brain is a muscle, okay? You gotta use it or lose it. So practice and try to get better and look at your flaws. A really good thing to do is play against your friends or play against bots in any video game that you can. No competitive nature, you know, you're not trying to win the game. What you're gonna do is they're going to play and analyze each failure. And that's so much easier in a quieter, more casual environment. You're going to analyze what you keep doing, what the mistake that you keep making is, and whether or not it's avoidable. Because I promise you, it's likely avoidable. You just can't see it when you're in the thick of it. I heard this sort of saying a long time ago. I think my parents shared it with me when I was a kid or something. I remember hearing it when I was really little. I don't remember exactly who was saying it to me, but it was basically like, when you're in a cave, the light that you're looking for is sort of in your imagination. And so you think of it as this sort of abstract thing, was essentially this person was saying. I don't know if it was a parent of mine or someone, but it's an abstract idea, not your goal. And what you're looking for is to change the idea of perfection or quality or improvement from an idea into a goal. And then you have to analyze whether or not you're getting there, and you have to be honest with yourself. I oftentimes don't feel like I'm getting better at anything. I feel like I'm just bad at life most days, but it helps sometimes to sit down, take a deep breath, have a snack, and look back on how bad I used to be at certain actions that I now take for granted. I take my skills and things for granted. My ability to record a commentary or to do a live stream, my ability to play Call of Duty or Smash Ultimate, my ability to drive a car, my ability to actually work out and exercise. Am I amazing at any of those things? Is it really worth writing home about? Let me check. Nope. Absolutely not. Pretty mediocre at all of those things. Even driving, I accelerate too fast sometimes. But I'm better. I'm better than I used to be. And that that's an amazing feeling. If you really focus on that, that is the human goal, is to carry your own shit. It's to deal with the things in your way that weigh you down, and the things you can't see past. When you're in the mud, all you see is mud. When you're in the cave, all you see is cave, and all you can do is imagine success. But you can make that imagination, that figment of your mind, into a goal. And then when you start to feel like you're getting there, look back and see if you're getting there. And if you are, congratulations, just be honest with yourself. But yeah, so narrowing this down to Call of Duty, again, stick with something. You'll get better with it. Just use that gun you don't like for 5 matches in a row. Use that gun that you used to feel really good with, but now lately you've been losing a lot of gunfights with. Keep using it. Get the muscle memory down. Get your body feeling comfortable with it. Make connections in your mind and then keep them there by practicing and playing with your friends. If you're interested in being proficient, it's not hard, it's just long. See you when I see you guys. Goodbye.